Welcome to O2E with Nick E, where we help take your experiences from ordinary to extraordinary. And today, Lifetime Nation, we've got Courtney Chastain, current Kids and Aquatics Manager at Palm Beach Gardens, as you can see the lovely palm trees behind us, but also former Disney cast member. So today, Courtney's going to tell us about all the magical moments, maybe a couple secrets about learning, well, maybe not too many, about working at Disney. So Courtney, welcome. So excited to have you on the podcast.
So excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So let's start off. Tell us about your Disney experience. What did you do? How long did you do it? All that fun stuff.
I started out on the Disney College program in 2015. I worked at the Haunted Mansion. And then I ended up staying for a little bit longer than that. And I worked part-time as a cast member at Star Tours, another attraction in Hollywood Studios. And then lastly, I was at the world famous Jungle Cruise.
World famous Jungle Cruise.
As a skipper, and that is forever my favorite position that I think I had at Disney.
I think it's pretty plain to see. I took a crash course, and I've kind of just been winging it ever since. My career never really took off the way I thought it would. My mom's real proud.
So what is the training and onboarding at Disney like? Because I read a ton of books, a lot of different things, and it's always about the culture of Disney, the training, the always being on stage, always being a performer. So talk to us a little bit about what that training is like.
Yeah, that training is really important into the culture of Disney and what Disney really means and kind of lives and breathes by. So the first day that you come in, you go into a traditions class where you learn about all the history of Disney. So, you know, where it started, where it's meaning to go, where it's kind of evolved over time, but really kind of deep dives into all the information to give you all of the knowledge to be successful in providing all the answers of why Disney is and runs the way that it does.
So very intentional with the training, with the onboarding, not just, hey, we're hired you and now go hold a baby in the infant room or go get up on the stand or go teach a swim lesson. Just continued training and really setting you up for success.
Yes, it's very intentional. And that's the biggest thing I think that Disney is so successful with is you are picked for a reason. You are in a place for a reason, and they give you all of the tools to be successful. So they narrow it down to, you know, your whole company, to your area, to your specific role, and all of the expectations across the board are delivered very well.
What's the number one thing that Disney taught you that you may even use today as a leader?
The biggest thing that Disney taught me and really made me confident in was to feel empowered to make a decision. Their customer service experience all across the board is world renowned, and that's what Disney is known for altogether, is how they're able to turn a poor situation into an extravagant situation, or even the little things that are, you control your controllables.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, always providing that experience is one of the top things that Disney has always been, you know, exceptional at. Somebody that I worked with years ago he ran into somebody where they broke an ornament from years ago, and they were able to actually go and recreate that previous ornament from years prior to deliver this to this family when they've been missing that for so long. So, I mean, there's different stories that we have that we really can kind of go above and beyond to make sure that this customer service experience is so much more than just saying hi and waving with a nice smile every day.
So finding a way to say yes within, as we would say, the SOP, as long as it's safe, as long as it's not breaking any rules, but really going above and beyond for that customer service.
Yeah, and what they really kind of started with me when I was a young, you know, teenager working there has now helped develop me as a leader now to, in this lifetime world, be able to say yes within reason and make sure that I'm giving the best kind of customer service that I can at all times.
Yeah, I heard this story one time where this was back in the day of like camcorders and video cameras before you could record stuff on your phone. And I guess a family had put their camcorder in a cubby while they went on a ride. And when they got back, it was gone. Someone had stolen it. And so I guess they went and found someone at the ride or found security. And they said, okay, go to this spot on Main Street. They'll take care of you. They were a little disappointed, but they weren't blaming Disney. They were like, you know what? There's a mean person in Disney right now. So they go to this shop on Main Street, and it's not a security place. It's a store. And in the store, there were cameras and video cameras. They got to the store. They said who they were. I get goosebumps even telling the story. And I wasn't even there. And they said, hey, we heard what happened. We're not able to replace any of those memories that you got on camera. However, here's a brand new video camera on us. Go out and create more memories. And I was like, what? And I relate that to Lifetime. And I'm like, sometimes if a parent's like, hey, my kid lost their underwear in the locker room, and you're like, yeah, it's crazy in there. Sorry, we don't know what happens in the locker room. Like, yep, I guess you got to go buy some new ones. And Disney's like, here's a video camera. Sorry about that.
We used to have a no strings attached form that we would be able to, under a certain amount of money.
Is that from the NSYNC?
Yes.
No strings. Okay, sorry, good.
No, but we used to have this form where if like a kid lost their shoe on a ride, we could write off, to buy a new pair of shoes at the next store, or things like that, where if somebody dropped their ice cream cone, we could write a no strings attached form to go get a new one. And it was always, how can we recover a situation from being a poor one to then being an exceptional one? So it really just started from the bottom and started with us, but really came down from our leadership to make us feel confident to make those decisions.
So next time I go to Disney, go up to someone and be like, can I get one of those no strings attached?
Maybe not. Definitely don't stick where you don't do that.
Okay, so how can you connect Disney to Lifetime?
I think the biggest thing between Disney and Lifetime is that our mission statement obviously starts with entertaining, educational. They intentionally chose entertaining over educational when creating this mission.
Well, it was educational first, and we flipped it.
Yeah, exactly. And that, I think, correlates so much with Disney and Lifetime, just because Disney is always on stage and always entertaining. And that's the number one thing that you also get from that, not only customer service, but they're always doing something to capture your attention, to get you interested, to get you involved in whatever Disney's doing, because they have so many different platforms, the same way Lifetime does.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing that I always take away from our mission and from Disney is that entertaining is always just the number one priority. It's never, you never walk into Disney and don't hear the sounds of the music or feel a certain sense
Or the smells of the popcorn in the morning. And I read in a book that even if it's 8 in the morning, they're still popping popcorn when you walk into Magic Kingdom because Walt wanted it to feel like a movie experience. So all the popcorn smells, even at 8 in the morning. I don't know if anyone's buying popcorn at that point. I also read that the Disney Imagineers, for the experience when they're laying everything out, they put on knee pads and they crawl through the park to get the child's point of view. And I was like, that is brilliant to actually think. So on Main Street at Magic Kingdom, I think the windows are lower so that kids can see in the windows.
And that's, again, what makes Disney so incredible and so above the market from anything else, is that they do go to these extra levels to make sure that it's, again, sensory to not only the adult eye, but to the child perspective as well. And that's where I think Lifetime has a great opportunity too here, especially in the kids academies, that we do have, lower perspective things, or we are thinking about the smells of the cafe when we walk in, or the atmosphere doesn't smell like, a workout floor. It doesn't, it just always is on show, on point, on stage, which is the same expectation that Disney has. So,
well, even from every single employee I've seen there, one of the things that really excited me is the operations team basically at Disney, where they're going around and they're sweeping up water and they're doing stuff. When there's music, they're dancing. If there's a puddle, they're creating mouse ears. And I'm like, that's like taking a job that we would normally think of. Nope, you just go and pick up trash. They're creating fun even with that, and they are entertaining people waiting in line just by being silly and having fun.
and I think that, again, goes kind of full circle into empowering your team members into, enjoying their jobs. They get to make that decision. You're not sitting there, checking a box, doing a list every single day. You're still getting to engage and still getting to have that kind of, that face time, and to be able to have that time with those guests as well, even if you're doing something as silly as taking out the trash. So.
Well, Courtney, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you for inspiring us to create an amazing culture, to onboard our team members, to set everyone up for success, to find that common ground with everyone, and to really just want to have fun at your job. I feel like we can create magical moments here at Lifetime. Disney doesn't get to create all the magic. We can do that as well, right?
Really take it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and good luck. She's getting ready to grand open a club here in a bit, so good luck with your grand opening.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, and I look forward to seeing all these next ones.
All right.